Hello and welcome to a devlog of sorts. Just trying to keep you guys updated on what we're doing with DewDrop. If you haven't seen this before, it's basically our newest game. It's going to be a mobile game where you tilt your phone to kind of move the world. And the first thing I want to bring up that's kind of a difference from what we showed in the trailer is, if you look at the backgrounds, they look a lot more lively now. I added some trees, I kind of scaled down the grass, because I really wanted to show, originally wanted to show how minuscule the character was, which having that tall grass kind of helped, but at the same time, it kind of made it look like one big parallaxing wallpaper, and it kind of got very dull very quick, so I added these kind of trees, scaled down the grass a bit. Also, if you'll look, in this level you'll see, it's kind of hard to see because of how many trees are in the background, but this has a transition to evening, and then the next level it would have an evening hue to it. And also we started adding some night themes, which I'll show in a little bit. We revamped the artwork for the caves. There was a timer for this heat element right here. Like, you die whenever it gets too hot. Now it's, if you look at the top left corner, it's now a thermometer. So when the thermometer gets full, you die. But when you touch water, you cool down. This water is obviously not final, as are these elements in this winter level, which also has a night theme, which animating an aurora borealis kind of thing was not fun to do. We also added mini games. First one here is Doodle Hop. Very obvious where that came from. But these kind of break up some of the gameplay, so it's not all the same style over and over and over again. But this one's very heavily inspired by another mobile game called Doodle Hop, because we have the most original names. And then this one's pretty simple. You just climb as far as you can. It's randomly generated, and as soon as you get 3 stars, you do win. And then that we're going to have the mini games unlock your next world to be in place of a boss battle. We also have Do Run, which is a very simple endless runner type game. The longer you survive, the faster it goes. Then we have Deuce Int, which this one's very early. This one, we just started on this one the other day. This one you just kind of fall down a chasm, and all you have to do is avoid obstacles. You can also get stuff like this parachute here, which slows your descent. But there'll also be like different kind of rocks that jut out with spikes on them. My favorite is Baboom, which is also another one that's a little shameless on its inspiration. It was my take on a classic Atari 2600 game called Kaboom. And the minigames all kind of play a little differently. This one's motion based, so you tilt your phone left and right to move those buckets that gather the bombs. And Do Hop, all you do is tilt left and right. But in Do Run, you don't have to tilt anything, you just hop when you need to and avoid obstacles. But yeah, so every mini game is going to essentially be the access level into the next world. So this game doesn't really have enemies, it has obstacles, but it doesn't have any enemies. So boss battles, we kind of played with the idea of adding them in, but it kind of seemed forced just to have a boss battle, even if it's one that's like kind of like a puzzle in itself. I've seen that we've floated that idea around where it's a stationary boss and you have to hit switches and stuff like that. Once you beat them, it's also unlockable in an endless mode, so you can kind of compete for high scores. And that'll be accessible from the main menu. This one gets pretty hectic too. The farther you go on, I need to add a cap to it because it gets really fast and drops a lot of bombs. And if you haven't played Kaboom on 2600, get an emulator, get something. I think you can find it on browser, although I will say it's better played with paddles. And then we also have a world map now. Before, I don't know if we showed this, I don't think we did. Before, I just had a grid of levels, kind of like how Angry Birds is set up, just as a debug menu of sorts. But at the top of the map, right, that grassland map right there is a door that shows how many stars you have to get before you can unlock the minigame, and that'll unlock the next world once you beat that. So, this is my first attempt at a devlog of sorts. If there's anything else you guys want to know, just let me know. If you have any questions about the game or have any interest in it at all, definitely let me know. So, alright, thank you. Have a nice day.